Going out tatting for business again today? Looks like you're settling in nicely. Tucker, with you doing the work of 2 or 3 men, the only job left for me is keeping my sake cup filled. Oh, quick! Looks like it's over. That was another big one. Feels like they're getting stronger every day. It's making the bridge repairs on the old Blossom Trail impossible, apparently. Not that it matters to you with all your karakuri trickery. Ah, I nearly forgot. You should drop in on the Hime-sama later. Our steward was asking for you before.
There you are! Togahime has been asking for you, you know. You better not keep her waiting.
Did you know? Ah, good. You are here. Your daily labors have not escaped my attention. You are a great asset to Minato. Ours is the only remaining settlement here in Azuma, once known for its fierce Bando warriors, who prevailed during the rule of the Ishido clan. With the demise of the Ishido governors, the region fell under the control of the Ago clan, but they see it as a worthless backwater. By appointing me as its steward, they neatly rid themselves of a great embarrassment to the clan. Their hope is that Minato and I both will simply vanish into obscurity. But arts and crafts made from kimono materials are still highly prized in the capital, though few are being made these days. Until your arrival, we had no hunters left capable of dealing with kimono as fearsome as the King Tusk. Thanks to you, I sense the spirit of the town starting to revive. I am extremely grateful. Arigato. Speaking of the spirit of the town, you will have seen the windmill-like structure at the heart of Minato. The citizens call it the spirit wheel. I know nothing of the workings of karakuri, so I have no idea how it could be made to turn again as I believe it once did. But it is my earnest wish to see it too, one day revived, turning proudly and purposefully above the town, as people prosper in the streets below. If only my hollow stewardship allowed me some small degree of influence. Forgive me, I digress. I summoned you to ask for your help. The capital is crying out for new handicrafts. With your skills at our disposal, I believe we may be able to oblige. They will require materials that can only be obtained from the Tsunobashiri, a glider kimono found on Natsugodachi Isle. I request that you hunt one. For some time, the hunters here have taken no prey beyond the Harigasumi Way, and the materials are all delivered to Suzuran-sensei for her studies. You may reach the isle by boat. Speak with the head of the Guild of Fishermen, Sumori Nobumitsu. I do apologize for asking so much of you, but this hunt would prove most valuable to the town. There is no great urgency, however. I understand you have many demands on your time. So many citizens are coming for your skills. It is my earnest wish that you oblige them also. In doing so, you afford Minato great strength.
studying your equipment, I've managed to develop some new weapons. I'm quite... sumimasen. Could I ask you to do a job for me? I've been getting so much work recently, and my stock of materials is starting to run low. It's good for business, but I can't possibly fulfill all these orders with what I have left. So I was hoping you could gather some more materials for me. Not as a favor, as a job, of course. I don't suppose this was a problem back when all the karakuri were working. If you could bring me what I need as soon as you have it, I'd be ever so grateful. I hope it goes well. I've learned how to make some new armor now. You should really try it. Alright, let's see what I can do for you. Metal. You can't afford to neglect the equipment that affords you protection, can you? Whew, I think... Oh, there you are. What can I do for you? See you again soon.
You must be the hunter everyone in Minato is talking about lately. I'm Ruri. Pleased to meet you. I do trade up and down the whole country. Right now, there's something you might just be able to help me with. I've been asked to supply some Springwatch monitor materials, you see. Lots of them, and as quickly as possible. There's only so much I can ask of my usual contacts, so... I was wondering if you'd be interested? I do some of it myself, but the truth is... well... never mind. Anyway, this is a really big order, so I'll make it worth your while. I hope you can help.
Yeah. Oh! Over here! Over here! Oh, you're a hunter then. I'm Ryozaemon, just a merchant. I had some business arranged here in Minato, but my man hasn't shown up. He's a hunter too, you know, a good one. I've bought things from him before, and he's always been very reliable. He promised me some deer antler this time. I hope nothing's happened to him. It's a worry. For his safety and my business. You couldn't go and look for him, could you? And maybe hunt a deer on the way?
Say, Hunter, how do you feel about a little job? We've got a problem with the irrigation canals. The water's no good lately. We won't be able to grow a thing unless we sort it out. Turns out it's because of a sap scourge laying claim to some land upstream. It'll end up killing everything. All the fish and all our crops. I don't feel good about it. But could you go and hunt it? Or it'll be the end of us.
Oh! Over here! Over here! I don't care if you're a hunter or whatever.
Well, when you go up against a lava bath, oh, that's a stroke of luck. I have a job for you, Hunter. I don't know if you know, but I make an ointment that's used by everyone in town. Thing is, when I went to gather the plants I need for it earlier today, every single one I found was withered and dead. It's likely because the kimono has settled in the place where I normally harvest what I need. I'm worried I won't be able to make any more ointment. And I'm worried that will worry everyone else. It's excellent for cuts and gashes, you see. People set quite some store by it. Without it, some wounds get, very nasty. I was hoping you might hunt the kimono so the plants start growing again. You'd be doing the whole town a huge favor.
Oh! Over here! All right. Looks like it's time to ship out at last. You took your time and nearly nodded off. Especially with this beautiful weather we're having. So how are things? I'm no hunter, but I bet it gives you a real sense of purpose, doesn't it? Really? That's great. So, you need passage to the Spirit Isle, do you? Believe me, you don't want to go there unprepared. That's where the big fish are, if you know what I mean. The kimono on the isle are a lot tougher than the ones you've been hunting along the Old Blossom Trail. I think the spine glider inhabits the south side of the island, but I don't know exactly where you find it. In days gone by, hunters had karakuri that helped them find their prey.
Without something like that, you'll just have to trawl around for it the old-fashioned way. And hope you don't net something you can't handle. I don't know. Maybe you're ready for anything. But it wouldn't hurt to check over your weapons and armor before we leave. All right, if you say so. Looks like I was worrying over nothing. Oh, yeah, one other thing. You know the Guild of Fishermen handles everything to do with shipping? Trade as well as fishing. Well, we quite often run into trouble that could use a good hunter like yourself. So if you're ever short of work, just give me a shout. Of course we would reward you for your efforts. You said you were giving those spine glider materials to Suzuran-sensei, didn't you? You want to know what's still to do? Here's the list. All right. I think we're... Let's catch up again soon. I haven't... What do you say? You want to know what's still to do? Here's the list. All right then. Bye for now.
Apparently,
Whoa! Someone's had a good hunt. Any materials you collected? Take them straight to Suzuran Sensei, would you?
Did you know?
Only the best.
Ah, you hunted a Tsunobashiri for us, did you? Those spine gliders are tough. We owe you one. Arigato. You're clearly well able to do your job then. But how are you holding up? No strange sensations? Excellent. That's good to hear. You must tell me at once if you notice anything out of the ordinary. Having a karakuri implanted in your body may have consequences you're not expecting. The seed is a very old karakuri, the crystallization of wisdom amassed by the ancient hunters. It will make a deep physiological and mental connection with you. It allows its host to conjure and control karakuri, to influence the ki that flows through the entire natural world. In fact, until now, I honestly believed it was a fairy tale. I certainly never imagined that I'd see it with my own eyes. Yes, that's very true, but sadly it's not without its pitfalls. Firstly, I don't believe you can manipulate karakuri wherever and whenever you like. You've experienced that already, of course. You haven't been able to make use of karakuri here in Minato, for example, have you? Secondly, although the seed is said to contain the ingredients for a plethora of karakuri, it would appear you can't conjure them all whenever you like. I imagine there has to be some sort of trigger to stimulate the requisite memory. Given that it's a hunter's device, it seems reasonable to assume that those triggers will occur in the course of hunting activities. And thirdly, I dare say this is the most pertinent of the pitfalls from your perspective. The seed is deeply embedded in your heart. So deeply that one can no longer function without the other. What I'm trying to say is that if that tiny karakuri were to break, you would die. Now, it's not especially fragile, so there's no need to panic, but still, I would treat it with due care. Good. Yes, before you go, there's one last thing. There's a small task I'd like you to undertake. Or rather, the town elders have decided it should be done. It may even result in the first pitfall that I mentioned before being rendered moot. I think it would be quicker to show you rather than trying to explain further. Would you accompany me to the Spirit Isle? We can leave whenever you're ready. And Natsume will be coming along too. So, a trip to the island. A boat trip. Unavoidable, I suppose. Oh, sorry. I'm talking to myself. As soon as you're ready, we'll set off together.
Are you alright, Ji-san? Do you need another rest?
It wasn't like this when the Karakuri were working. It was a breeze to get up to the top back then.
You've been taking a few boat trips lately, I hear. For fishing? No, I suppose not. Hard at work as usual? You're no stranger to the Spirit Isle, are you? Takes me back, thinking about that place. I hunted kemono there not long after I first came to Minato. This body of mine was less creaky back then. I was escorting a gathering party, if I remember rightly. All of a sudden, there was a scream from the bay. A giant bird had tried to take a child, and the father was beside himself. But luckily for him, the gallant Daidoji Ujishige wasn't far away. I pulled the child from the kemono's clutches and dispatched the beast in one fell swoop. Well, I've always been skilled, especially talking myself up. But if you need proof, go and see for yourself. There's bound to be more of them, ready to make off with another victim given half a chance. Oh, but if you are heading over there, don't take it lightly. That kemono was almost more than I could handle. Almost. I couldn't say if you'll be able to defeat it or not. But if you emerge victorious, I'll have to give you credit where credit's due. And if you don't, well, we'll laugh about it over a cup of sake. I'm looking forward to it either way.
I forgot how much I hate boats.
Are you alright, Sensei? You did say you'd explain what we're doing here when we'd arrived.
I'll be fine. So, there is an old ruin on the island here, where the natural flow of ki has stagnated. I need you to clear the blockage. I think... You said you tried it before, didn't you? In the Nanohana field along the Old Blossom Trail. I'd like you to do the same thing here. I learned that a particular material is required for the job, and through meticulous research, I've managed to ascertain which kemono to hunt to obtain it. It's a kemono called Jigokuzaru, or lava back.
As far as we know, it's lived on this island since ancient times. Apparently, Minato's hunters have never been a match for it.
Your confidence is reassuring, but I don't want you taking any unnecessary risks. If it seems too much for you, return to Minato and reconsider your approach.
I hear that the lavaback lives on the north side, but there are other kemono on the island too. Perhaps hunting some of those first would be a good plan. Then I can make you stronger equipment with the materials.
Let's hope this really does help Minato flourish again.
Sensei?
Sorry, I was muttering to myself. Oh yes, I nearly forgot. I've taken the liberty of adding a rather special karakuri to your gauntlet. I have a matching one, and together they'll allow us to communicate when we're too far away to speak to each other. It'll all become clear once you use it. We'll contact you in a little while, so don't be surprised if you suddenly hear our voices.
Your timing couldn't... I feel like there's more life in Minato now. You couldn't come with me for a minute, could you? There's a little thing you might be able to help me with. Yataro here is a bit stuck for some materials. I was thinking maybe you could gather them up for him?
I didn't ask for any help. Why are you sticking your nose in?
Come on, stop being so stubborn. You were grumbling before about not being able to carry on with your work.
Maybe I was, but that doesn't mean I need help from an outsider. All right, if you're that insistent.
You've got a solid offer of help here, Yataro. You'd be mad not to take it. Where's that list you showed me before of everything you need? Just give it to the hunter here, and we can all get on.
Fine.
Great. When you found everything, just give it straight to Yataro, would you? Arigato!
If you don't mind then.
Would it be worth checking over your equipment again and making sure there's nothing else you might need to fight the kemono? They say that the Spirit Isle used to be the sacred land of the hunt. Look at all these materials you've gathered for me. That's perfect. I'll be able to finish all my outstanding jobs now and nobody will be disappointed. There are fewer and fewer members of the Guild of Artisans now. It's a headache for the whole town. But it means the rest of us just have to work harder to pick up the slack. Minato's future depends on it. Anyway, you've been a big help. Arigatou gozaimashita. I'm sure I'll have another job for you soon enough, if you don't mind. There's no rush. Whew, I think that's about it.